Hi friends, welcome back. This is JJ here at Budget by JJ. I'm a millennial cash stuffer based out of New York City, and I'm on the road to becoming debt-free this year. So if that's something that interests you and you would like to go on this journey together, please go ahead and like this video. It really helps getting this content out for those who really want to see it. And subscribe if you haven't already. Today we are cash stuffing our second paycheck for August. And so much has happened between now in this video. But we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. I don't want to talk your ear off too much, so let's get started. Let's go ahead and count this. Starting off the hundreds, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1100. Next we have the 50s. We have 50, 100, 50, 200, 50, 300, 350. Next we have the 20s. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 140. Then we have the 10s. We have 10, 20, 30. Then we have these new 5s. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Then we have the 1s. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 1s. So this is what we'll be cash stuffing today. And here's the teller note that I use. So initially I did have the budget out to $1,700. However, I did end up going to the Met this past weekend, and it's pay what you wish if you're a New York City resident. So I just got 2 for $10. So that was pretty awesome. And then of course I had to do laundry. So that was another $10. So that I only had $20 missing from this cash stuffing. So here's the budget that we're working with today. So we're going to start off with cash stuffing the rent, and this is going to be $456. So we have 100, 200, 300, 400. We have a 50, and then we have a 5 and a 6 with this one. So in total for the rent we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 850, 900, 910, 915, 916 dollars for rent. Now this is going to be for September's rent, so we're a month ahead. Although I don't think it's ahead. I think it's on time. I don't like to pay my rent late. Okay, so now we're going to get into the utilities, and we're going to go ahead and cash stuff $29 for the electric. So we're going to take a 20, we're going to take a 5, and then we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, $29 for the electric. And we have $50 going to the internet, so just $150. And then we're going to cash stuff for the gas. So this is going to be $26. So we're just going to take a 20, a 5, and $1 for 6. Y'all have been getting myself in trouble with these utilities, so I just really need to make a priority to go ahead and pay these as soon as possible. But rather than sitting here, because I just get, I forget. I'm like, oh shoot, that bill needs to go. I still have 100 here for this upcoming bill for the electric for August, so this is already taken care of. So not all is terrible, but it's still concerning that this slips my mind way too often. Next we have the personal. We're going to cash up $240. So we're going to take 100, 200. We're going to take a 20, 2 20s. So I'm just going to cash stuff $120 because we did do a Costco order recently. So I have to pay my partner back for my half. So we're just going to do $120 for the following week. This is my food budget for all intents and purposes, and anything else. So that $20, the 10 that went to the Met and the 10 that went to laundry came out of this budget. So originally I had $260 set aside, but now I just have the $120 per week. Okay, now we're gonna go into our debt section, which is extensive. My gosh. But I will say that this is the final time I will be paying payments towards Klarna or PayPal. So yay, finally over that. So for Klarna, we're gonna cash up $38. So we're gonna take a 20, a 10, a 5, 1, 2, and 3 for $38. And then the PayPal is gonna be $56, so we're gonna take care of that now. So we just have 150, a 5, and a 6. And this is the envelope I had set aside for it. So we are finally done with these paying for, hopefully for a while, right? Don't get crazy now, JJ. You know, things happen, so you just want to make sure that if it does happen, incorporate it as soon as you can into your budget, get rid of it as soon as possible, so that way you can take that money that you were spending on this on things you really don't need and in your moments of weakness, and you know, pay down those debts. So now I can allocate these funds in the future back towards my debt. The next payment we have is to the Fortiva card, and that's going to be $75. So we have a 50, 20, and a 5. This one unfortunately is getting almost to be maxed out, so there's like a buffer of $40 on there. It's ridiculous, but $75 to try to tame this beast as best I can. Next, we're making a minimum payment towards the credit one ending in 6195 for $36. So we have a 20, a 10, a 5, and a 1. This is another one that is almost maxed out, so we just gotta try to hit these hard, you know. The next credit one payment is going to be ending in 7230. It's my second one, and the minimum is going to be $50. So we're just going to take a 50. Again, this credit one, the other credit one, and the Fortiva are like my highest ones that I need to take care of, aside from anything else. But those had the higher balances on them, and we just really got to clear the docket on these as soon as possible. And I'll just say, like, nothing makes you more determined to reach your goals when you visit a friend's house who is about your age, and the house is lovely and has all the space and things that you would actually need. Not something huge or over the top, but you know, everyone wants a mansion. But you know, then who's gonna clean it? The people you hire to clean it, and it's just more money, right? More money, more problems. But essentially, it was a nice eye-opener when I got to go visit them recently to go see the Fantastic Four film with a bunch of other friends. And it was just like, wow, this is what I could have if I just like really organized myself. And it's not like they have like crazy high expensive paying jobs or anything. I mean, they live in like outer Philadelphia area. Cost of living is a lot different than New York, but at the same time, it's like, well, I can do that too, as long as I have my financial house in order and know my worth as I go forward and up in the corporate world, you know. But aside from that, I mean, I'm not going up anywhere. I'm squarely stuck in my position until I decide to change jobs. But that's fine with me. They still like adjust my pay, cost of living every year. So I kind of gotten really comfortable there. But as you can see, it's led to me being too comfortable and almost living in a delusional state, I would say. Yeah, a delusional state to think that this could kind of last forever. And, you know, you should want more for yourself at the end of the day, if you're able and willing, you know. So I'm just really just looking forward to getting to that point in my life. But these debts gotta go. That's the major thing holding me back, is that these debts must clear out in order for me to properly save, in order for me to actually invest in anything. So, I mean, I'm no spring chicken. So I gotta do what I can while I can. And I know the world is on fire, but you know, until something radically removes me from my reality as of now, this is kind of where I'm at. So I gotta stay the course. Which brings me to the Chase. So we have two Chase cards that we're tackling now, because I did use the Chase Sapphire. I'm jumping ahead, but I did use the Chase Sapphire to take on every expense that I had out in Philadelphia, whether it was Uber rides, whether it was the train ticket. But the train ticket is already budgeted long time ago. but there was an unexpected thing where the train was not going to the stop that it promised. I could have fought it and be like, can I get a discount or whatever, but stuff happened, so I ended up taking like an unexpected $70 Uber ride to my friend's place. And it was just crazy. I don't know if I would ever do that again. I would probably think about it differently, but you know, it's not like I was gonna see them like consistently. Like it's not I'm doing this every weekend or whatever. You know, I just kind of took it in stride. So that was an expensive thing, but there was a wonderful restaurant next to us at the hotel that had great, delicious food that my partner was able to eat. So I was super happy about that. So really no regrets. It's just like now paying off that debt that I incurred and some other occurring debt that I didn't need to have, but I've just been on there's a lot of pre-orders that I've been doing. And I'm like, get away from the pre-orders. We're going to have to do something because I am getting into the habit of spending what I don't have again. And it's a little concerning, not for like, you know, like, oh my gosh, you know, put me in an asylum, but it's just like, wow, it's going to really delay reaching my goal because I cannot fight the impulse buying. Not that I cannot do it, it's just that I'm not resisting as I used to in the past. The first Chase down payment is going to be $118. So we have 100, we have a 10, we have a 5, 1, 2, 3. Oh, this still has a high balance, unfortunately, but we're gonna get there. I just need to get this under $3,000 somehow. We're gonna be cash upping $156 for the Sapphire card. So we have 100, we have a 50, we have a 5, and we have a 6. And y'all, we're back at the savings. I know I was like shorting myself $200 because I was freaking out about the balance of that Chase Sapphire, but we are now gonna cash up $100 here. So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to take the whole thing here. So we have 100, 200, 300, 400, $500, and I'm going to put this in my high yield savings account, and we're going to replace it, yes, here with this placeholder bill of $500 featuring my boy Scrooge McDuck. This is the first time I've done this. I'm really excited. So we have 500 going to that high yield savings, and I just hate looking at the high yield savings. It's not pretty high. I've had to dip into it, to be honest. I was dumb. I thought I had paid those taxes, and I did pay those taxes, right? And then I saw on my state tax account that, you know, there was a balance. I was like, I thought I had already paid this, and I did, but I had marked that I was open to paying my taxes a year early. So I have up until tax day next year to pay the full balance. But I saw that and I kind of freaked out, and so I threw $500 at it right away without reading everything. And then I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, this is for next year. They just, you know, honored my request and I was not paying attention. So I freaked out for nothing, threw money at it. So now that there's nothing in the account, so that's stupid. So I'm going to deposit this 500 there because I need it. I need it to start making some money for me. And honestly, having cash here when you have a high yield savings account, just put your money in a high yield savings account and start with the placeholders because you need to benefit as much as possible going forward with that account. So here's the envelope I'm going to take it in because y'all, the system is rigamorous. So we got to do what we can to get something going. Also, if you see this little Fulgon, you know I've done effed up. Okay, now we're gonna get into the fun binder here. Again, not much happening in this binder, but this is what we're working with today. So I am the oldest of 3 boys, and I have a brother's birthday in August. I had a brother's birthday in July. I went ahead and set aside $50 for gifts. So here that is, and not expecting anything back. I've never expected much from my siblings, and as we got older, you know, they all have their own struggles that they're going through with their finances. So every adult at this point I know is, so I never ask for money from people. But, you know, I still like to go ahead and treat my brothers if I can. You know, I don't think I did this last year, so this year I wanted to make it an effort that I sent them a little something something. So, you know, any little bit helps. Next, we're gonna go ahead and cash up the medical, and that's gonna be $100. So including that 100, we now have 100, 200, 300, 400, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, $1,000. Yay! Woo! Oh my gosh. Yes. So this is now going to go straight to the bank. Go ahead and make an extra payment on the loan that I took out for my partner's oral surgery. This was a big deal. It says Cherry because that's the name of the loan. Cherry whatever. And this is just huge. This is a great day. I'm, very thankful for this to be possible, that I can do this extra $1,000 payment on this $20,000 loan, which we paid a good significant part already of. So this is just going to help. This is extra. My partner did not ask for this, but again, because it's in my name, if something were to happen, I'm still on the hook for it at the end of the day. So again, any bit helps. So we're going to go ahead and start this $1,000 process over again. So next time we're going to start with another 100, but so great. So this is what we cashed out of this. It's like February, March, April, May, June, July. So 6 months of just saving consistently, and you have $1,000. So y'all can do it too. I know you can. And then finally, we have 100 here for going towards entertainment, because I am getting to a point where I am doing a little bit too much. So I need a buffer to handle things that come out my whim, like going to the Met. We just got a zoo pass. I don't know if I mentioned that. I probably did. Got a zoo pass, so if we go to the zoo this coming weekend, then I'll have money for us to spend on. Although we didn't spend in the park, but we went and got like a bunch of drinks outside the park because it's so hot, so we're definitely hydrating. But outside of that, not much going on. But you never know. Something's always going to come up. Maybe there's something shiny and new that I see that's coming up, or I take a portion of this and throw it at the fire. Who knows? So I just decided to budget in $100 towards entertainment or whatever. And I am going to cash it up initially here and not take it out just quite yet, because I want to go ahead and make all my payments first and see where I'm at. Thank you all so much for being here. I super appreciate it. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with somebody you think that might like it. So many things have been happening. I really wish I was more active on here. The demand for my attention is super high right now. And I'm just trying to stay as consistent as possible, and coming back and doing these videos really does help with that. And I'm like, I can't do anything without doing my cash stuffing first, and that's how I feel every time I get paid. So again, I appreciate y'all being here. If you have any questions or you want to say anything, please comment down below. Let's have a conversation. Let's continue to build this community and continue to cheer each other on. Talk to y'all later. Bye.